What's up, friends? EMC here with Lifted Entertainment, and we are coming to you from the SOS Children's Village in Broward County. We're here to give back to the community. As we said before, Lifted is about supporting local artists, but also supporting our local community. So on this Thanksgiving holiday, we want to show you how we're giving back and also show you how you can get involved. Let's go take a look inside. Welcome. Come on in. Follow them.
Make sure he gets everybody started. We got started back in the 80s. Our founding member, who is Estella Moriarty, was a family circuit court judge here in Broward County. And she would see the same children coming through her courts time and time again, moving from placement to placement, never getting the help they needed, never settling down, never in improved situations. And she would go home and tell her husband that there has to be a better way for the kids. Now, SOS International was actually founded back in 1949 in Austria to take care of war orphans. And over time, it's grown. Today, there's over, I think, 450 villages in 133 countries. And when the founder passed away in the 1980s, his obituary ran in the Miami Herald, and her husband read it and said, here's a solution for you. So Stella just wrote off a letter to whom it may concern. Would you consider opening a village in the U.S., because there wasn't any, and would you build it here in Broward County for our kids? And she addressed it SOS in Austria, nothing else. And it got to them, and they wrote back and said yes and yes. So SOS International came over, and they tasked Estella with building a committee that would find a plot of land and find community support and make sure that the state and the county would send the children to us. So she got together with the city of Coconut Creek, this was all farm pasture when we found it, and built the village. So we opened our doors here in 1993. We've got 15 buildings. Right now, 12 of them are homes for kids. We also have a community center where we have activities and tutoring and other sessions. And then we have 2 buildings right now that are for our staff, for offices as our administrative staff members. And our goal here at the village is to give the kids, as you see, homes, just like an average, ordinary home, so that they feel like they're with peers, they get the family setting to live together. And we have a lot of sibling groups, a lot of 4, 5, 6 brothers and sisters who come here together who would normally be separated in foster care. But because we're a larger organization, we can offer them a lot of other services. It's because of the support that we get from the community and our friends and neighbors that we're able to offer our kids all the services that we do. And that's everything from therapy, because a lot of them were abused and neglected before they came to live with us. So we have therapists on staff that work with them individually and as a family and as a home to help them overcome all the traumas. We do a lot of tutoring. Every one of our kids is in the tutoring program. And a lot of them, before they came to the village, they either didn't go to school or they didn't have parents there encouraging them to study and to do well. So we do a lot of catching up when they get here, and then we do everything we can to help them excel. We also have a support staff that works with the kids on behavior. We have a STEP system, and that STEP system's in place to teach our youngest kids how to pick up their clothes, listen to their elders, respect their elders, and everyone else in the family. SOS was really devoted to maintaining that family feel and to continuing to be family and home to these kids, even though they're leaving the village. We want them to know they have a place to turn. We also don't want them to fall through the cracks, which a lot of foster kids unfortunately do. They do eventually wind up homeless. They do eventually wind up incarcerated because they've gotten in trouble. We don't want our kids to go through that. So at 17, our aftercare program actually starts working with our kids on a plan. And that's everything from just starting to think about, are you going to college? Are you going to trade school? Are you going to get a job? Where are you going to live? How are you going to get around? Are you going to get a car? Are you going to take the bus? What are the implications of that? And when our children turn 18, we don't necessarily turn them out. In fact, we have an 18-year-old and a young man who just turned 19 with us, still living here at the village today, and they're still in high school. So they can choose to remain with us until they graduate high school, and then we help them transition into the community. and find places to live. And then as they age, they're still family to us, so they can still turn to our aftercare program, which still acts as their parent and advice giver. They can ask us advice, they can ask for help finding a job or finding a new place to live. When they have kids of their own, we'll help them to make sure that they know how to take care of their own children, help them find aftercare or daycare services so that they can continue to go to school and they can continue to work and take care of their family at the same time. We've helped them start businesses on their own. And they also, just like a family, they come home for Thanksgiving. In fact, we had to move Thanksgiving to a hotel because we got so big, and we're only continuing to grow. So, and they come home to visit. They come home to be a good role model to the kids that are still living here, or to inspire them a little bit as well.